no air, don't care, burning mothers, choking fathers, hallowed children.
This sobering refrain cuts through Duane Orloske, a painful prose written by his son in memory of his mother, Margaret Orloske, who was a Windsor woman killed 10 years ago, along with thousands of others.
You cannot go through the day without hearing 9/11 said at least once. And every time a family member hears that, they're immediately brought back to that day.
Duane and Margaret were married for 26 years.
Her bachelor's degree in early American history, and she just loved that 18th century period.
She was a lover of colonial life, an avid gardener, and mother. Professionally, the 50-year-old worked as a vice president at Marsh & McClellan in New York City.
She loved the hustle and bustle. She loved the corporate excitement.
Despite her daily 6-hour odyssey from northern Connecticut to lower Manhattan, coming back to Windsor was a respite. Duane recalls the early hours of September 11, 2001 well. Margaret overslept that day.
I was trying to convince her, I said, why don't you just take the day off and, telecommute for the day.
But she insisted on going into her office on the 96th floor in Tower 1 of the World Trade Center. Little did Duane know, after saying goodbye to Margaret that morning, it would be for the last time.
I could see that the World Trade Center had been hit, and it was the building my wife was in. I said, the world just changed.
After a missed cell phone call and painstaking hours of holding out hope, Duane never spoke to Margaret again. 10 years later, it's these late summer days that still haunt him.
Today is exactly the same kind of day that 9/11 was. So going out on a day like today in late summer, perfectly clear, is sort of like you just get reminded.
Since that fateful day, Duane still lives in their 18th century inspired home. He retired from CCSU and was remarried earlier this year. His personal life aside, Duane says some things have changed for the worse, especially the military and civilian casualties of war overseas. He also fears America's patriotic spirit has waned.
People have retreated into their own little worlds rather than embracing the fact that, we need to work together to get this all, to make the world work.
Duane's hope is that this September 11th, 10 years later, Americans honor the memory of Margaret and all those who died that day.
Light leaves a mark when it burns through shadow. Gloom parts when the glow sheds its soul.